Hi, I'm Dr. Linda Vasquez. I'm Executive Director of DREAM of Hattiesburg. I was affected by alcohol through my family, um, primarily alcoholism through binge drinking, and um, a way for our family to deal with happiness as well as sadness. My first experience with alcohol is when I was very young. I would say 5 years old, that I can remember, is that my family on the Vasquez side, every event that we had alcohol, primarily beer. Um, they would go through several cases of beer, and I never knew that people drank without getting drunk. I thought that was the norm. Whether you were happy and celebrating an occasion, birthdays, holidays, weddings, I always thought people drank until they were drunk. Then when they were at sad events, they'd drink at those after funerals or anything that happened that was disastrous in their life, they drank. So I never knew that people drank and would only have one drink. I thought you consumed alcohol till you got drunk. Um, the other ways it's impacted me, I think it's impacted growing up by grandparents on my mother's side. My grandfather wrecked the car, and my grandmother would not allow him to have another car. So he always had to take a bus everywhere he went. And so anytime we traveled anywhere with my grandparents, we always took a bus, mass transit, or a bus to go and visit someone in San Antonio. So that was very interesting as I grew into the field of prevention, realizing and visiting with other friends' families that not everyone drinks to get drunk. Another way that it's impacted I think our family is the number of DUIs that my immediate family has had. There's been several, one with 3, another person with 1, and it affected us that way. I also had a family member who was driving, and he killed someone in a dark road. He was impaired. However, the other person who was coming across the street was also impaired. And that person coming across the street had a case of beer that he had bought at a pick-a-pack, and he was crossing the street to a hotel. So the impact of having someone die from an immediate family member running over them because they were impaired and hitting and killing someone has affected them for the rest of their life, but it also affects us in that, okay, you did that, you didn't have to go to jail, but now that person is no longer there for his family, and you've had to deal with thousands and thousands of dollars related to an incident where you were impaired by drinking too much. I think for my story is that it's never too late to live a healthy lifestyle. I think that it's important for you to treat your body as a temple, and we've been given this gift of life that I hope that we take advantage of the life that we're given and do the things that we were called to do and make choices and positive choices for ourselves, because those positive choices always impact others. And whether you think you're a mentor or a hero or shero to someone, if you think you're not, you really are, because everyone is watching and everyone is looking at what you do and what you model. And sometimes the behaviors that you model, whether you're a child and an adult sees it, they're learning from that. And I think it's important that we try and live a healthy, positive lifestyle.
So Dr. Vasquez, why have you decided to dedicate your life towards the cause of prevention for substances such as alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs?
I think I've always lived my life through prevention. I was an athlete and I went to school through athletics. All my degrees were paid for through athletics. So prevention has always been a big part of my life. When I found substance abuse prevention, I found that we do a lot of science-based curricula, we do all those things, but I think that for me, athletics, music, art always helped me in being able to express myself, but also from not using alcohol or other drugs. As an athlete, I was always short, so anytime you impair yourself, it affects your ability to perform. When I do prevention activities now, whether it's a leadership development program or we're in the schools, I think it's important to find what's important to that person. I think that prevention starts from within also, that you're able to find your niche. Prevention is important to me just because I feel that I've always lived my life doing prevention.